Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon Emerald. In the last episode, we caught Latios at Southern Island, and in this episode, I welcome you to the final bonus episode of Pokemon Emerald. We are starting out here on Route 103, at this location that opens up after clearing the game called Altering Cave. Now, many of you probably have always assumed there's nothing special about this place. There are no items to be found, and the only Pokemon that appears here are Zubats around level 10 with a 100% encounter rate. There is one thing that can be done here, and I don't have any way to show it. I just figured I'd make mention of it. You can find different wild Pokemon here after you've gone to a Nintendo event. It will shuffle it to a random Pokemon that appears here instead of just Zubat after going to a Nintendo event. The following Pokemon that can appear are on screen right now. I don't know them all off the top of my head. I think I went to a Nintendo event back in like 2005, and I got Stantler. But speaking of Nintendo events really quick, I thought I should correct myself from the last episode. I said that those Eon tickets were only distributed at Toys R Us. They actually weren't. If you subscribe to Nintendo Power, as of issue 176, I believe, they threw in an Eon ticket as your subscription bonus. But I've never been subscribed to Nintendo Power, and I've never known anyone that was. The only people I know who have Nintendo Powers are avid collectors who just buy them secondhand at, like, yard sales and stuff like that. So, I've never known anyone who was personally, but yeah. Anyway, there's not really anything else for us to show here. I just wanted to mention that that place was there. But for now, what do you say we head to Mauville City, because I have a gym leader rematch in my Pokénav that I'd like to show. But there is actually something I want to talk about before that gym battle. There is the Pokemon Barboach. I never went over this Pokemon throughout the main story, even though I actually recorded commentary for it. It was in a section of a video that got removed, and I never amended it back in later. This is a water-ground type. Really good typing. Only one weakness, grass. A type unique only to it, Mudkip's family, and to the Wooper family as well, which are not available in the main story of this. But this thing could be good for your team if you felt like you were missing out on something, because that is an amazing type. It's not quite as aggressive as Mudkip's line, but still pretty decent. It evolves into Whiscash at a decent enough level for what it is caught with, considering it has to be caught with a Good Rod or Super Rod. But yeah, on to that gym battle. Now, we only have one gym leader rematch available to us because they take freaking forever to appear in your match call, and the one that we can fight is Watson, so that's kind of cool, I suppose. So I guess he's getting the honor of being the one gym leader rematch that I actually show in this project, because I don't want to go through all of them because that would just take too much time, but I guess I'll just show this one gym leader rematch. Aha! Here at last! I know what you want! You want to battle my Pokemon! Wahahaha! I'll make sparks fly from you! But they don't want. Why does everybody have this pirate voice all of a sudden? I guess I'm just having a fun time doing it ever since we fought Drake. But yeah, here's the rematch with Watson. All gym leader rematches, they will have 4 or 5 Pokemon. They're also double battles, which is kind of interesting. And I did not mean to start with Moagami and Kappa. I meant to start with Moagami and Altair, but oh well. We're going to do Earthquake, and I guess we'll do Surf. Because Kappa at least resists it. They're not very strong, unfortunately. As you can see, Mareep isn't even an evolved Pokemon. They tend to have Johto Pokemon in their teams quite a bit, which is kind of interesting, I suppose. And of course I critical on my own teammate. Ugh. Down goes both of those. This really isn't so bad. Some of these gym leader rematches can be tough, and they do get tougher and tougher each time you rematch them. Typically what I found is, I don't know what actually determines when you get these rematches, but I found that I know it's not real clock, because I've had games where the internal clock has been corrupted and it still worked. Yet, on other ones, I've had instances where they've appeared right away right after finishing the Pokemon League, and other times they just don't appear at all. And this time it took about 45 hours of gameplay for one to finally appear, but I have found one consistent thing, and that is that usually once you get one of them to rematch you, the others follow suit really quick. So, I suppose that is a little bit of a hint. I'm gonna hit my own teammate again, but not Magneton, when he would have been quad weak to it. Not going over movesets just because, you know, then it'd be kind of weird for me to do that for one gym leader and not for all the others, but I just kind of want to show just this one gym leader rematch, because it's kind of nice, I suppose. Just because it's not something that a whole lot of people show. And I'm trying to, like, really, really break away from other Let's Plays of this game and just show everything that there is to show. Hence the Eon ticket event. Okay. But yeah, that does it. We finished off Watson. Oof, our batteries ran dry. I'd really hate to be a new Pokemon trainer going through the Hoenn region for the first time and fighting this guy. Charge our batteries again. I don't want to know about an old man, quote, recharging his batteries. least it's not like Juan, where he probably recharges his batteries in his basement with all those women that he keeps down there. Oh! Now that we're done with that, conveniently, the next place that we have to go to is right near Mauville. Or rather, the next place we can show. Because after that Gym Leader rematch, I want to show this. Now, I should mention, this here is Trainer Hill. I believe you can only do this after clearing the Elite Four. And like I said, like most buildings that were at an Emerald, you can actually run inside here, despite it being technically a Pokemon Center. This is basically a battle tower where you can use items. Not really much else. There's tag battles here. Kind of cool. Again, my playtime sucks. Now, you might notice my playtime is several hours more than it was last time, and I know my playtime sucked to begin with, but hear me out on this. See, there appear to be trainers gathered in every room. Would you like to challenge the trainers? Yes. We'll do normal, I suppose. Okay. Now, this is timed. Before I get any further, I should mention my team is actually considerably stronger than it was. And why does Moagami not have the charcoal equipped? Reason for that is because there's something else I want to show in this video, and I was unable to do so being about level 50. So I trained up to about 60 for what it is I want to show. And just for that simple reason, I just wanted to make mention that my team is a little bit stronger because of that. So this room is... I have to admit, I kind of like this. How you go through a puzzle, you have to solve it as fast as you can. I never take a train! I guess that means that he's never late, if you know that joke. But yeah, Trainer Hill, pretty simple stuff. You just solve puzzles, you go along fighting trainers as you can. Now, what's really a kick in the face here is that there's Pokemon that appear at Trainer Hill that are always shiny. It's really jerkish. By the way, Moagami learns Sky Uppercut through level up. It learns that at level 59. Very good move to have if you want to do what it is I'm going to be doing here in this video, besides this. I just kind of wanted to show what Trainer Hill is like. I don't want to show a full tournament here. Like, I don't usually do that, but yeah. I just wanted to make mention of this place really quick and just show it off, because the main focus of this video is something completely different. Something that I'm sure many of you were excited for when I posted the last video and you saw the ending. So, I guess now that I've shown the basics of this place, I will see you guys there. Okay, Route 114. The time has come for the final battle. That is right. Battle that I've been putting off for a very long time that I have never stopped getting messages about you guys wanting me to do. This is Pokemaniac Steve. Ooh, come on. Battle my Pokemon! Thank God it's not battle my Pikmin, or I'd be getting swarmed by literal hundreds of them at this point. So yes, he wanted a rematch as one Pokemon. Are you serious? Lairon, okay. Level 27. Wow! For an epic conclusion, this isn't very epic. Sky Uppercut? Do it. This isn't so bad, actually. Okay, well, I overcame my greatest fear. I don't have to worry anymore. I feel so lucky getting to see your Pokemon. Wow, so he became a fan of me. Dang! Intervening time changes people much. When I see Pokemon battling, I get all shivery and shaky. Well, I guess considering everything that he's seen out in the battlefield in Pikmin. But now that we're done with that, all the, dorky stuff is out of the way, this is the important thing. Now, this is going to be the final thing that I'm going to be showing here, okay? A lot of people have said, like, oh, you can just use a Game Shark to show Lugia, Ho-Oh, and Mew. I don't want to do that, okay? Everything I do in these videos is legit. I never hack, never cheat, nothing like that. I've abused glitches once, which was in Pikmin 2, just to kind of show it off, and I kind of got carried away with it, which I felt kind of bad about. But I don't like abusing glitches, I don't like hacking or any of that. But real quick, before we press on, I want to do one thing. Now, if you started with Blaziken, or you started with Torchic, excuse me, starting with Blaziken, yeah, it'd be kind of funny. We want to do something here. This will help you immensely in what we're doing. You want to learn Overheat. Now, I am fully aware that Overheat is more of a multiplayer move than a single-player move, I suppose. But, well, actually, no, it could be used for single-player pretty well because the so-and-so is about to use this Pokemon. Would you like to switch? But, there's not really much else, I suppose. I keep saying I suppose. Like, not I suppose, but I suppose. I dispose of speech patterns! So we are going to go ahead and use a Super Repel, and we're going to head into Meteor Falls. Now, I should also mention that Kappa now knows Waterfall, so that's another new move that we have on our team. Because you need to cross a waterfall to reach here, and Kappa was just kind of the candidate for that. So, back in Meteor Falls, you're going to notice, if you surf here, and you go up this waterfall. Check it out. There is a cave entrance over there that was not previously there. This is not in Ruby and Sapphire. You can only do this in Emerald, just so you know, okay? Well, we're on the way there. If you haven't guessed by now, we have a very, very difficult battle coming up, okay? And when I say difficult, I mean that we're really going to need the heart of the balls on our side if we want to do this. And just as a fair warning, you can only do this battle once. So don't play around. Save before you do this fight, because you never know what might happen, okay? Now that we're done with that, I just want to show my team one last time, because it's going to be the last thing that we do. We have Blaziken here at level 62, Moagami, Altair the Altaria, level 60, Teddy the Slacking, level 59. Should also mention that Kappa the Ludicolo, level 59, a Cool Tent the Tentacruel, level 59, and Pandora the Absol, level 59. Now, unfortunately, I don't think that Altair and Pandora are going to be seeing much use in this fight, but they got a lot of use in the Elite Four, so I'm not too concerned about that, especially Pandora. Whew. So, let's do this. Oh, wow, Emil, I'm amazed you knew where to find me. Do you maybe think me as just a rock maniac? No, that can't be right. We battled alongside each other at the Sutopolis Space Center. Typo in the Super Boss's text. Sutopolis City does not have a space center. That's Moss Deep. You should have a very good idea about how good I am. Okay, Emil, if you're gonna mount a serious challenge, expect the worst! This is Steven Stone. He would have been the final boss in Ruby and Sapphire. In Emerald, he is instead the super boss of this game. He is by far the most powerful opponent in the game. This guy doesn't fool around. And unfortunately, he has May's battle theme. I don't know what they were thinking with that choice. He is going to start off with a level 77 Skarmory with the moves Toxic, Spike, Steel Wing, and Aerial Ace. Keen Eye is its ability, so don't even try lowering its accuracy if you were thinking of doing that. We're going to open up with Overheat here because Skarmory has really sucktacular special defense. It's a physical wall. Come at this thing with your strongest special moves you have. Electric and Fire are the ideal types. Now that we're done with that, we lose a lot of special attack, but in return, Overheat is the second most powerful fighting type move in the game, second only to Blast Burn, which is basically a Hyper Beam. Next up is Aggron. I'm going to go for Kappa with this. Even though it doesn't have Surf, I'd want to use this because it is armed with the moves Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Solar Beam, and Thunder. Would really not be good if I used a Cool Tent to fight this thing, even though it has Surf. So, to you, Aggron, I'm not scared of you. You know what I say to you? Take 1 damage! Yeah, and by the way, its ability is Sturdy, so don't even try using one-hit KO moves on it if you were thinking of that. This is prior to Black and White, where Sturdy got a massive buff, or it basically was a Focus Sash in the form of an ability, so not really quite as bad as it is in Black and White, but still, pretty devastating. Now I'm gonna hope the Thunder misses. Whoa! Why are you using Solar Beam? Okay, anytime I've previously fought this guy, he has always used Thunder. Okay, that's odd. Anytime I've ever practiced this game, by the way, in any previous playthrough, I guess. But yeah, kind of odd. And I can't get over the fact that they used May's battle theme for this. It does not fit Steven at all. I don't know why they did that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, trying to think of what to do here. I'm gonna go for a Cool Tent. But yeah, I don't know. The final boss theme fit him so well, but this theme just doesn't. And then for Wallace, the gym leader theme fit him alright, but the final boss theme just doesn't fit Wallace well at all. But yeah. Enough ranting, let's just get on with the fight. Armaldo, level 76, Ancient Power, Aerial Ace, Water Pulse, and Slash. Going at this thing with a Cool Tent because of Surf, and because Armaldo, surprisingly despite its appearance, is not that fast. Now, I don't know how many of you have actually looked at Armaldo's design carefully. Those red things on its face aren't its eyes. Those are just markings. Its eyes are on the sides of its head! Ew, that's not good. That is very not good. Critical hit at the worst moments. Go... Shoot, who do I want to use here? Because my ace in the hole was a Cool Tent. Take 1 damage again! Aha! Every bit counts because he has full restores. He flinches, of course. We're going to go for a waterfall. And hey, I'm faster. If this beats him, I really, really hope it does. Okay, good. I was really worried that it wouldn't, but it did. Trying to see if I can do items. Kappa. Kappa. Okay, yeah, he's sending out Kappa. He's sending out Claydol, level 75, with the moves Earthquake, Ancient Power, Light Screen, and Reflect. This thing is an annoyance, to say the least. I find Kappa to be the best thing to use against it because it resists Earthquake, which is its main method of attacking. See, only taking about 30 HP of damage. Or not 30. Like 45 HP of damage. Because Waterfall is... Whoa! Kappa, you rock! Okay, that was pretty bad. But yeah, he's doing a full restore, no surprise there. Now, what you really want to be careful with, you don't want this thing to have any room to set up a light screen, because that is the worst thing that could... Whoa! Dude! 2 criticals! And he's using a full restore again, so all that was pointless. Come on, Steven, you're better than using items. I'm not using items, and I'm 15 levels under-leveled here. Come on. You're better than that. And it did light screen. Wonderful. Like I said, that pretty much is the worst thing that can happen here, because at least for me... Kappa! Dude! I have never seen anything like that. 3 turns out of 4, I got a critical. God. Anyway, this thing right here eats orphans for breakfast without any milk. Metagross, level 78, Meteor Mash, Earthquake, Shadow Ball, and Psychic. This thing genuinely worries me, because despite its appearance, it's actually got pretty decent speed, and like I've said before, Metagross is a really good Pokemon? How did I survive that? Okay. Oh, 4 turns out of 5?! How am I critting that much? Dude! I'm not complaining, mind you, but I am getting luckier than I could ever have hoped to get in this fight. I have never seen anything like it. This is nuts. Go Teddy. Come on, Teddy, use Brick Break. You smashed through that wall. And I'm faster? Okay. I'll gladly take it. Because I want to use Moagami on it without having to worry about that wall. And, ooh, Meteor Mash! Ugh. That is a Steel-type move that is really good on Metagross, as you'd guess. And it has... Okay, my notes are incorrect. It has a Citrus Berry. My notes were saying it had no item, but apparently it does. And yeah, there's no way I'm living through this. Teddy, you put up a valiant effort. Go down in style! With man boobs! I am being especially random in this for a final battle. Okay. God, that had potential to become like an advice dog thing. Okay, so I'm gonna go for Overheat here because, well, it has not very good special defense. Its strengths mainly lie in attack, HP, and defense, so Overheat should be able to finish it no problem. And with that, Metagross goes down. I'm kind of worried about his last Pokemon because I was going to be using a Cool Tent for that, and a Cool Tent went down. So, last up, Cradily. This thing sucks. It really does. Confuse Ray, Ingrain, Ancient Power, and Giga Drain. If this thing gets an all-stat buff from Ancient Power, you can pretty much kiss victory goodbye, because this thing is resilient as hell. Like I said, it's one of my favorite Pokemon and what I think is one of the most underrated Pokemon. It's tough, and it takes a lot to bring it down. Plus, it's Rock Grass type, which is a really awkward typing that doesn't have a lot of weaknesses, and if it does, most people tend to not remember them. And if you carry its weakness, now I don't mean if it has weakness, I mean if you carry its weakness, you tend to not remember what its weaknesses are, is what I mean. A lot of people don't. But this thing's main strategy is that it's going to use Ingrain and Giga Drain to recover health all the time, and use Confuse Ray to prevent you from attacking it. Its only damaging move, it doesn't really have any damaging moves that do any serious damage. It's just a really resilient wall that's good at recovering HP. So we could be in a little bit of trouble here. I was kind of hoping to lower its special defense so that I could send out Moagami and then just blast it with Overheat, but I'm kind of not... Whoa! Okay! I might have a shot at this then, because I really need to lower that special defense. I really, really need to. So if I don't have as good of a chance at taking it down. Because this thing, like I said, is a resilient little guy. Its ability is also Suction Cups, if you're curious about that. And I should also mention that Metagross is Clear Body, so don't even bother trying to lower its stats. It's a pain to fight anyway. We'll go for Moagami, and I will hope that Overheat can do it. If it can't, I don't know what I'm going to do. And it recovers health from Ingrain, so it didn't even matter. Okay. It has a little bit of damage on it. Sky Uppercut would... I'm trying to decide, Sky Uppercut or Overheat. Because Sky Uppercut would be super effective. Overheat would do normal damage, but... I'm trying to figure out what move I should do here. I'll go for Overheat, and if that doesn't work, then I'll do Sky Uppercut, because I don't have to worry about my special attack getting lowered because of Overheat, because Sky Uppercut's physical. And it survives it, unfortunately. Now, I'm going to bet Ancient Power. Yes. Okay, now, I have to really, really hope that it doesn't get that stat buff. Okay, for a second there, I thought it did because of the animation. Okay. Sky Uppercut! Thank you. And good night. That's it. Toughest battle in the game is done. 15 levels under-leveled, I am quite happy. I only had 2 Pokemon left standing, and I was pretty sure I could do it without losing any. But I admittedly had some slightly bad luck with a cool tent getting taken out and kind of ruining my strategy. I had no idea you'd become so strong. And he gives us less money than Sydney. Wonderful. Come to think of it, ever since our paths first crossed in Granite Cave and Dewford... Hey, they didn't typo that! I had this feeling. I thought that you would eventually become the champion. My predictions usually come true. And where will you go from here? Even I couldn't tell you that. Well, I could tell you that. I could tell you where I'll be going next. But I think it's a bit more interesting if I'm a bit more mysterious, two-dimensional with my answer. I don't know. Can't really think of much else to say. So, a lot of people have been asking if this is going to be my final Pokemon Let's Play, simply because I don't have a way to record DS games, because there is no way to record them from the actual system in any kind of reliable quality without using a camcorder, and I am not interested in doing illegal ways of doing things, simply because not only am I against breaking the law, but they provide imperfect results. But I'm pleased to tell you that while it's not next, I definitely will be doing another Pokemon game at some undefined point in the future. Alright? But now that all that is said and done, I'd like to thank every one of you for watching, and I'll see you next time.